So I know you guys are probably tired of me talking about when I used to live in LA, but let me tell you, baby, it was definitely a wild ride. And I have some stories. Today we're going to talk about how I totally understood where Nia was coming from in Love Jones when Darius got on stage and read that poem for her, Darling. And she was like, you really embarrassed the fuck out of me, okay? He thought he did something, okay? But let me tell you, when I watched the movie, I thought that shit was sweet until that shit happened to me. Let's talk about it. So I guess call myself maybe having a crush on this particular guy or whatever. And I say I had a crush, but it really wasn't even that I had a crush. It just seemed that our paths kept on crossing to the point to where it felt like God was putting him in my view and vice versa. So I started being intrigued, if you will, like, what is it? Because why is this person constantly showing up on my path? Like, I know nothing about this person other than we both are in the same industry and we have a business under the same umbrella, if you will, right? We're both in network marketing and he's at my monthly meetings, you get what I'm saying? And he's pretty popular, obviously, as well. But aside from that, we have nothing, you know what I'm saying? No background, no one in common other than that. And mind you, I'm a stranger in LA. So from he and I to constantly end up in the same places, it just always seemed like our paths crossed. And then I would see him at the monthly meeting, right? And so it was like, okay, something's weird here, right? So I hiked, and that was weird to me, like so weird. There were, right, all these natives who didn't hike. This just goes to show, of course, you know, when you're a tourist, you tend to find the gems and places that the natives may not even know about because they're living up under a rock. They live there. They're so familiar with it. They're so comfortable with it that they don't really search out anything new to do while they're there. So in that industry, in that industry, I hiked. So I was kind of the first, maybe not the first, but like I was the only one. I'll just put it that way. I was the only one who was hiking and posting it on my social media and just trying to get like a hike club at that time. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that other individuals were not partaking of this, but in this particular environment, under this particular in this particular area or with this group of people, I was the only one. Fit camps were all the rage. You get what I'm saying? And I was straying away from that because for so many years, you know, prior, I had a fit camp and I just totally got burnt out on that. It was just not, you know, another day, another time, I'll share that story with you. But I was looking for something new, right? And so again, like I said, I got into hiking and I'm like, I'm going to start this hiking club or whatever. And, you know, this was me doing that. And I guess that also put me on this person's radar because obviously I was different. Well, anyways, so because I'm leading this, if you will, that means I have to go before the people. So I would go hiking by myself and I would just post it on my social media or whatever. And this person reaches out to me and he was like, you don't need to be going out there by yourself. It's snakes and coyotes and this, that, and the third and da-da-da-da-da-da-da, right? So I'm like, well, the Holy Spirit is with me. You get what I'm saying? I already know that I'm fully protected or whatever. But at the same time, I'm like, yeah, but he is kind of right. Aside from the fact that I'm already trying to gather the people to come with me, right? I didn't have any fear. And this person I allowed this person to insert fear into my plans. But we're going to keep it moving. Let's keep going. So he invites me to his fit camp or whatever. And he has, you know, a nice little pad in Baldwin Hills. And, you know, like I said, well-to-do person, pretty popular, a well-known person in even our industry or whatever. And so, you know, I start going to his fit camps and bringing people, whatever. Okay. We go to the monthly meeting and he gets on stage And he's talking about me. He's talking about me going out hiking by myself without saying my name, obviously. So it's subliminally. But there are people that he's talked to about me who know that he's talking about me. And we go to the restroom on our little intermission or whatever, and the girls catch me in the restroom, and she was like, you know he's talking about you. Bitch. Embarrassed? Because he thought that shit was cute. He thought I was gonna think something, you know, like high school, like, oh my God, he's talking about me. No, bitch, you just embarrassed the fuck out of me because I know you're talking about me. She knows you're talking about me. And if what you were trying to do was, you know what I'm saying, make me think, oh my God, he likes me, like blush. No, I'm blushing because I'm embarrassed, bitch. So that was the first thing. You know what I'm saying? That was the first thing. And obviously afterwards, he comes up to me or whatever on some, like, he's smiling because he think he did something. Okay, sir, you didn't. Okay, you didn't. And it kind of pulled me back. You know what I'm saying? I started pulling back a little bit right there. It was just like, no, this isn't going to work. You know, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. I kid you not. After that event, he starts a hiking club, or like he tells his downline to, you know what I'm saying, go and start hiking. So now I'm seeing his downline posting about their group hikes and getting the people come out. I can't make this up. I can't make this up, y'all. I'm thinking to myself, again, this is how somebody would literally try to speak fear into what you're doing, also they can turn around and do it. You feel me? Like, why didn't I think about that? I'm a native here. I live here. The mountains are in my backyard, and never did it occur to me to start a hike club. You know what I'm saying? To diversify my portfolio. And yet here you have this stranger coming from Texas who's, you know what I'm saying, showing me things, right? And I'm telling you, that was just like, yeah, that was the nail in the coffin right there. Like, man, listen, I understood what Nia meant or felt on Love Jones. Totally. Okay, like, this shit is for the birds. You're gonna have to come correct or not at all. Because if this is what you call flirtation, if this is what you call flirting, you've missed the mark. Period.